East Coast women are rude by default. That's their form of flirting, is talking shit. Shut up, bitch ass nigga.
I don't know if Diane Rossini was calling her husband or Mike Vrabel a bitch ass nigga, but still.
Fight.
Man, welcome back to another episode of the Play for Keys podcast, the only podcast where we do something different every single day, not an hour, not an episode. This is a daily thing. Podcast for casuals. You're a casual. This is the show for you. Early in the morning. Fucking 8:44. Jesus. Mind you, this is always Jackson's fault. Always Jackson.
I mean,
we do mornings only because of him.
Is it? I feel like it's because of you.
I'm saying if we have to pick between doing this shit in the morning or doing this shit in the evening, you're picking morning every time.
Oh, it's good. Whoa.
And you're gonna complain about it, and you're gonna be, I guess we gotta hit this 8.
Bro, because I'm not gonna be here in the afternoon, so we had to do it in the morning.
Fair. This one makes sense. But them other ones, you had options, nigga. I'd be like, hey, yo, I work from here to here. He said, damn, I guess we got to do 8. I mean, we don't have to.
Because you be getting off at the late. You be getting off at late.
9, 8 p.m.
Exactly, that's late.
So you'll take a 8 a.m. over at 8 p.m.
Yeah. To get out the way faster. Is that not crazy?
That's not, all I'm saying is, that's not crazy. But what is crazy is telling you the information, and then you texting me, damn, do you hate me? That's crazy when you had 2 options, nigga. I'm sick, bro. I'm sick.
Oh my God.
But shit. Hey, in the midst of us recording, shout out to Jordan Booker for donating, hitting that donation link.
Donations.
On the Cash App.
Donations.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Hey, yeah, shout out to Book, man. Crazy. What you doing up this early? Well, he's probably at work. Let me stop. I'm tripping.
It's not that. Like, it's early, but it's not really early. Like, people be up at 8:44 or whatever.
Yeah, I ain't worked a normal job in years, bro.
Fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I haven't seen. I don't remember the last time I drove through morning traffic, work traffic, school traffic. That's never been the thing. I don't think I've done that in years. I think I'm still in Houston doing that. Like, I can't relate. I get stuck in fucking lunch traffic. Like, niggas on their lunch break, they just start like, damn, where the fuck y'all niggas going? And why y'all all at the grocery store?
I think that's worse. I know, what's traffic worse? Now, coming back is worse. That traffic is always worse. Coming back, off work traffic is worse than I guess going to work traffic, then morning traffic. I mean, then lunch traffic. But lunch traffic sucks. Lunch traffic is terrible.
Lunch traffic?
Could just drive.
Lunch traffic, especially if you're off and you just trying to go to a little drive-through real quick. This bitch wrapped around. Whoa. Bitch. I know some of y'all got 30-minute lunch breaks. Y'all can't enjoy this. And pick something else. There's no way. There's no way. But I know y'all don't care about that. So we made a segment for y'all called We Do Not Care. Featuring Mike Tomlin. If this button
We
works.
do not care.
First things first. Baseball is cooking back up again. Another brawl. I don't know if I have that video. I don't think I put it up. But niggas was going blow for blow. Oh, I think it's in our chat.
But yeah, this fight happened between the Angels and the Braves, between Ronaldo Lopez and Jorge Soler. This is an uncut version.
Lopez fires one to the backstop. It's right back to Heim, who throws late to second base.
Soler, he was upset that a couple of pitches were high inside and a little bit too close to his head.
The rebound by Heim and a quick throw. He was trying to tag Shonowell. Albies in the back foot and leg area. Hurt. Now here comes Soler going after Lopez. They square up, and Soler and Lopez. They're going after each other. Soler is finally tackled.
tackled from behind as the Angels and Braves are all out onto the field. That came up out of nowhere. Soler was
is that the ball?
Yeah, he never let go.
We're high and in. Yet another homer off Lopez. And a fight broke out just out of thin air.
Now, granted, this fight, it's not as good as who was it? It was Anderson and
Tim Anderson and Jose Ramirez.
The fight's not as crazy as that one, but it is still very funny, especially because he ain't let go of the ball.
Crazy. I'm thinking this is one of the first ones where I couldn't see where it was brewing. Like, even with the Tim Anderson Jose, like, they were like talking and you could see them talking before niggas got the boxing. These niggas look like they just stared at each other.
No, it was because Lopez had thrown like a couple of pitches. I was just like a little too close to his head, to Buddy's head, and he was like, "Nah, we're no." I don't know what they were saying to each other back and forth, but Soler clearly wanted that action.
But I'm saying in the sense of like they weren't animated in their talking before fighting. It was just like they looked at each other. It looked like a understood thing. Yo, we finna hit. We gonna square up. You might as well get ready. And we're just staring at each other.
And that's
the second funniest thing about like stuff like this is when the bullpen's like 30 seconds or 40 seconds later, like they all trot out in unison with no sense of urgency. They're just trotting out like it's like a slight jog pace. And I'm just like, oh, y'all just yeah. By the time I get there, everything's calmed down. It really didn't take 50 niggas for y'all to clear the bench.
It did. Like,
y'all don't need 50 niggas.
That fight, it didn't really feel as, I don't know. It didn't feel that bad, to be honest. I feel like if it was a real fight, he would have to let go of that ball. I feel like, and actually like tried to punch him for real, but he didn't. So,
but that is, yeah. Shout out to Tim Anderson, the only nigga to get, the last nigga to get hit, get a real connected hit, get a hit off. He ain't been the same since, man.
Change that man's career. I was going to say, change that man's career.
Change that nigga trajectory. Fuck. I think Jose Ramirez went to a World Series after that. Fuck. Moving on before I start reminiscing about the Montgomery Brawl. Let's go into some NFL.
We do not care.
Everybody hates Lamar Jackson. Okay? Now, if you would have asked me, does everybody hate Lamar? If you would have told me this last season, maybe even 2 seasons ago, I'd have been like, okay, like he has his haters, but it's really not that bad for it. Like, it's just like, some of you, it's just some extremists, aka Ash, aka Brad. You have some of those people that just you're just trying to get it off. I don't pay attention to them. And even some of the media heads, like I know who it is. But it's now getting to a point where I'm just like, okay, now we're lying. Like now we're not accurately reporting just off of the hate. For people that don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, Lamar Jackson, was this voluntary workouts?
It was voluntary workouts.
Yeah, voluntary workouts with the team, and before people got a real notification of who was all there and who wasn't, Dan Orlovsky, not a friend of the show, was just going crazy. I forgot the clip. But he, going crazy, basically saying, it's crazy that Lamar Jackson's not there, like just talking this pure nonsense because
he wasn't a real leader because he didn't show up to the offseason workouts and everything. And they're like, oh, he's done this in years past as well. And it's like, that's true, but still.
That's not true. And then 20 minutes later, Lamar Jackson, there's footage of him doing drills with everybody. And on the internet standpoint, the clip of Dan Orlovsky, they took that off. They took that clip off the internet. They scrubbed it.
Because ESPN had took that and like put it on their what was it? What show was it? First Take or Get Up or
it was probably Get Up.
But they clipped it or whatever and they put it on their social media pages because they knew it was gonna go viral. And then boom, it turned out they was wrong the whole time. Lamar was there. The Ravens posted him like walking into practice. They posted him doing drills, working out. So it's just like, why are we even? Come on, bro.
Like, come on, bro. I mean, there's so many things you could talk about. Like literally, the draft is right around the corner. We don't have to. We don't have to, talk about Lamar Jackson right now. Like we could, but like you could have waited until the next day to get that shit off if it was confirmed.
Yeah,
Didn't.
yeah, because that was
Like,
they were doing that on the absolute first, like before the voluntary workouts were even over, they were doing that.
yeah, they were doing it as the workouts were going, and I'm just like, yo, y'all acting like y'all got a weekly podcast like us, where it's like, okay, well, we're not going to talk about it until another 7 days. If I get this wrong, we can correct it, but you can even phrase it as if he's not there, that shows a real leadership. You could have been like, I hope he shows up because this is a new coach. You could have phrased it like that, but you didn't, which is why. Never mind. I'll save it for hot takes. Anyway, we don't care about it, so we won't put energy on it. But at the end of the day, all this stuff is rage bait, man. If you're not the Cowboys, Ravens, the Chiefs, whatever, they're not watching your team anyway until they have to watch your team. So don't take anything that they're saying seriously. They're not watching everybody at the same time. Next.
We do not care.
Oh, man. White people drama. Don't you love it? Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini was not on my bingo card as of 24 hours ago, but, times have changed. Photos leak of them bonding. A lot of team chemistry. Based off of the things because I don't know a lot. I just know both of them are married, and I don't know if Diana Rossini is coachable. But I'll ask you, Jax, what the hell is going on?
Man, I don't even know exactly. Like, well, is this really a whole bunch of rumors followed by pictures? But Mike Vrabel and head coach of who's he coaching now? Patriots. Him and Diana Rossini, who's a NFL reporter for The Athletic, and she's been around for a while. She's been famous for a while. Anyways, they got spotted at like some random couples resort or retreat in Arizona, I think, like that. And at first I was like, oh, okay, like they could just have, because they said people had asked them about it, like reporters and everything, and they said, oh, we were there with friends at like separate times, but we just happened to like meet up there, which seems valid. And I was willing to give them like the benefit of the doubt because like, why not? I don't know these folks. But then like it came out about how that resort is low key like primarily a couples resort. Other people were there at the resort as well. And like when other reporters asked them, they were like, no, it seemed like those two were together and blah, blah, blah. So pictures came out. They was like in a hot tub together. I think there was one of them like holding hands or hugging or something like that. And mind you, these two people are both married to different people. So it just like, that sucks. And like normally I would like, I feel like I'm growing like a heart in my old age, even though I'm not old, because like I feel like normally I want to like joke about this, but now I just feel bad for their spouses if they are in fact cheating on them and getting caught. Because I'm like, damn, bro, that sucks. Especially what's her name's husband, because they've just been finding all types of videos. And like, I'm 1,000% sure Rossini is just joking in all of them, but like, they just make everything seem so bad. Like, I don't know, bro.
All jokes contain some form of truth. I'm not gonna hold you, man. When them jokes is funny because there's some truth into them. And on top of that, niggas an Eagles fan.
Who?
Rossini's husband.
Suck.
So that lets me know the type of back and forth they be going through. Those are unhinged niggas. So yeah, they probably joke around just like that. That's probably a joke, and it's probably only a joke that she could say. I know that type of vibe. I know what happens when you match energy with certain people. It don't hit the same. Now you watching this, just trying to figure out how you could have attacked that better. But Jax, before we get off of that topic, is she coachable? Would you have that kind of presence in your locker room?
I don't even know what Diana Rossini looks like.
A normal, regular white woman to me. She look like an East Coast white woman.
I mean, is she an East Coast woman? No. She's just
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, you're right. She just look like a normal
She
white
look
woman.
like a normal distinct. She probably and the way she talks, I'm like, okay, like sound like you from the East Coast.
Yeah, she's
nothing crazy.
She's from New York.
Easy.
Apparently, she was good at soccer.
Yeah, so that puts a lot of things in perspective, because East Coast women are rude by default. They're rude by default. That's their form of flirting. Is talking shit. Shut up, bitch ass nigga.
I don't know. Diane Rossini was calling her husband or Mike Vrabel a bitch ass nigga, but still.
You're right. You're absolutely right. But I won't be the judge of that. But speaking of judges,
We do not care.
shout out to my nigga Judge Mathis, man. Got his wife back. Got his fucking wife back. Man, look. It's been a long time coming. People said it wouldn't happen. People lost faith in the king. They lost faith in my guy.
I'm giving wife back. How about that?
Big world, but you got it, baby.
Trying to get my wife back.
Don't let this guy drive you crazy.
I'm trying to get my wife back.
I do way back. Yeah.
Man,
I'm giving wife back. How about that?
It's a celebration. Jax, I'm gonna let you know. I just grabbed the first thing that looked like Judge Mathis. I ain't know they cut it and edited it like this. I'm gonna be honest with you. Had I known, we would have picked a different video. I promise you that. Oh my God. I was trying to vibe. I was trying to be like, okay, like it'll come back. No. Absolutely. Actually, I should have shifted this video before I did that. But to get back into business, Judge Mathis's wife files to dismiss the divorce. They are officially back together. I think this happened 2 years ago?
I feel like it's been a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, about 2 years ago, and he had that infamous airport stop by TMZ where he was focused on his marriage. He's trying to get his wife back, and some people doubted him. Man, when it comes to this, combined with Bam's 83, there is nothing in this world you cannot do, brothers. If you put your mind to it, you can do whatever you want in this life. Shout out to real black excellence.
Yeah, Judge Mathis was 66, getting his wife back. They've been married since 1985. So they've been married since he was 25.
Probably so.
Yeah, go ahead and just. Yeah, you have to get your wife back at that point. I'm not going.
You got to get your wife.
It's been too long, bro.
2 years felt like an eternity for this nigga. Oh my God. No, man, that's till death do us part. I mean, and some people in that stage, they do that thing where they get a little too cocky with it, where it's like, you're not going nowhere else. Nah, man, you know how that meme of that nigga on the video game and he's like laid back, and then
when he got
exactly what Judge Mathis was doing. Like, oh wait, hold on. Y'all playing 94 feet. Y'all playing clutch defense right now. But that's it. Shout out to Black Excellence. Malone. We're not in the march no more. But fuck it, man. Let's get right into it. Let's talk about the women real quick. Tennessee women's basketball has 0 players on their roster currently.
Oh wait, before we even get into all that, the college basketball, the seasons are over. Shout out to who won for the women? UCLA, they won for the women, and
surprising.
Michigan won for the men. And that's all we had to say about that. I did watch, because the women's game, that was a blowout. They sort of stomped South Carolina real bad, not going to hold you. And then the men's, it was sort of like the same, but the ending it got a little close at the end, but not really. But yeah, that's that about that. Now in Tennessee, they don't got no players on their roster no more.
Yeah, they don't have anybody on their roster anymore. This is head coach Kim Caldwell has been kind of a little bit under the radar because, respectfully, it's women basketball, and if you're not South Carolina, or if you're not UConn and Gino or Juju Watkins, nobody's checking for you unless you're talking about your internal fan base. But everybody has started to hit the transfer portal, or they were just seniors.
Yeah.
She's been having difficulty with this roster. It was turning sour for a long time. I think there was something that happened on senior night. She wouldn't play as senior.
Oh, that was in school?
Yeah, that was Tennessee. That was Tennessee. And on top of that, their 5-star recruit, who was number 2 in the country, also.
There's videos of her like dunking in dunk contests and everything. I was like, what the hell is this? Like, she is on her Pooh Shiesty. She asked for her release. She said to sign it. So Kim Caldwell, hand over those earlobes. We're taking those earrings out. It's crazy. I've never seen a basketball team where it's like, yo, we don't have anybody. Mind you, this is the same college that had Pat Summitt. This is the same college that had Candace Parker. This is not like, you would consider this low key one of the blue bloods of women's college basketball. Like, they used to hoop. Yeah.
The 90s, the 2000s, it was a drop off. So to see that, and the fact that in any other circumstance, if this was any other team, any other company, anything, the coach would have got fired. The coach would have been let go. In fact, they've I think yesterday or 2 days ago, they fired 2 of their assistant coaches, and another assistant coach took a head coaching job at UCF. So there's 1 head coach and there's 1 assistant coach. Nobody else. How is your head coach still employed and you firing assistant coaches?
Honestly, it's because you need somebody. If you fire the head coach and the final assistant coach, there's going to be nobody on that. Like, that women's locker room is going to be empty. There's going to be no players, no coaches, no nothing. So you got to keep somebody. But I feel like we're going to start seeing more and more stuff like this with the rise of NIL. I mean, I don't even know if you call it the rise, because like, we're already in the middle of it, because once other teams can just like literally just buy your players, like what can you do?
They ain't even get bought yet. They're just hitting the transfer portal.
That makes it even worse. I'm not gonna lie.
That makes it even worse.
Yeah.
That's like somebody quitting their job and saying, hey, yo, look, I'm quitting. I don't know where I'm going next, but hey, I gotta get the fuck out of here. That's different than a nigga saying, hey, yo, you want to play with Juju Watkins real quick? Like, somebody luring your player, I'd give you a little bit more grace. If all of your players leave, it can't be all on them. Like, if you lose your 5-star recruit that dunks, you have to get fired.
She left because she saw, everybody else is gone. There's no one else on this roster, so that's why I have to leave. So like that, I get. I'll give her grace for that, because there was nothing she could do about that one in particular.
There was something that they could have done, because this has been brewing for months. I'm not saying the girl. I'm talking about, and I'm not talking about Coach Kim Caldwell. I'm talking about the University of Tennessee. There was something you can do, because this wasn't like all of a sudden, we're all going to plan to do this. This has been brewing since November. You could have definitely, and y'all got blown out in the first round of March Madness. You could have definitely cut ties with her. You definitely could have, especially when it started brewing a little crazy.
But be honest though, Tennessee, if you fire, like they had the recruit already. You fire the coach, the recruit. Granted, the recruit left anyways, but if you fire that coach that got the recruit's probably going to leave. So that's more than likely another reason they didn't want to fire her.
You got a point. Look, you got a point. Damn. Yeah, you're right. It is probably a lose-lose. I'll give you that.
Like, there was nothing
you know what?
in that situation.
Yeah, it was nothing. Yeah. You've convinced me to be on your side. There was nothing. That's crazy. Damn. Hate
But
that.
I'm sick though because we got into this college basketball thing first, but we should have talked about another some more major news in the women's basketball world because Angel Reese got traded. And this, I feel like this is a long time coming because we've started to get more and more like into the weeds or whatever for like WNBA basketball and everything. And one thing we always saw was that people hated the Chicago Sky and the Angel Reese needed help. So
Yes.
they finally got her the fuck out of there. She was traded to the Atlanta Dream. The Dream were trading a 2027 first round pick and a 2028 first round pick for Angel Reese and a 2028 second round swap. So she will be on the Atlanta Dream. And that roster is not like, I'm not going to say that roster is like, the greatest thing ever, but that roster is still subject to change, still the off season. And the WNBA draft, I feel like that's like next week, honestly. Because like I know it's like super duper soon after the college basketball season is finished. Hey, let me look that up. I'm pretty sure it is next week. So that roster
because
will
they
be
already
in the coming days.
they are actually it may not because they finished third. They finished third in the conference. So they got pieces as long as they're able to retain pieces. I think adding Angel Reese to that, they could contend. Like it's not gonna be nothing.
Yeah, the draft is on this upcoming Monday.
Yeah, because they did their expansion draft. I think yesterday or 2 days ago. Not them, but the Toronto Tempo, and I forgot if there was somebody else. But yeah, they did their expansion draft not too long ago, and I think they probably just tweeted it out or told you like what players were there. But I don't know. I didn't go into the weaves of that.
Oh, I didn't realize that was like the official draft. I thought that was just like people were saying, people doing like a mock expansion or whatever. I didn't realize that was it. But no, that was the official one. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, that was the official one. And the only reason I've been keeping up with the tempo was because I got the girl's name. The head coach over there, she was formerly the New York Liberties coach. So I know she's good. She had New York rocking for like the last 3 or 4 years.
Toronto Tempo and the Portland Fire. Portland Fire is a terrible name. I'm not gonna hold you, and Toronto Tempo also is a terrible name. But I digress.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't. These are interesting names.
Yeah, no.
I mean, how did you feel about the Golden State Valkyries?
Valkyries are cool, like in mythology and everything. So like, I'm not entirely mad at it. Like I see the reason, but I think Fire just could be better. Like Fire is a cool like element, but it could be better. Like the name could be better. And then Tempo just sucks. Tempo is like the Pacers. Those aren't real things. Like that's stupid. Like what's a Pacer? That's not a thing. What's a Trailblazer? That's also not a thing. Like what are we? That's why I don't like those names. But other than that, it's fine. Whatever. But talk about Angel Reese. So let's transition once again back to college, but this time on the men's side because UNC they fired their head coach Hubert Davis, and people have been wondering who's going to be that head coach. People thought Billy Donovan was going to get the job, maybe Stackhouse, maybe another UNC alum, but no, they got probably the best coach available, like in the world, maybe, because they went ahead and got Michael Malone, former coach of the Denver Nuggets, former championship winning coach, a coach that I think objectively everybody thinks is good. He just got fired from Denver because like timing and a little bit of the message probably growing a little stale. But Michael Malone is literally like an amazing I don't know about him as far as like being a college coach, although college has become the pros now. But Michael Malone, if you want just a good basketball coach, that is exactly what you're getting with Michael Malone.
Right. This one was interesting to me. I'm not gonna lie.
And I didn't even know he was on their radar, but I mean, he's the best.
I didn't know Mike Malone was like I didn't know that Mike Malone had a radar for for college.
Also true.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I wasn't. So
really, I didn't know UNC was on his radar. Like this really the other way
that's
around.
really what it is. Because I'm just like, I didn't know. I mean, when Dan Hurley got that call from the Lakers and did the interview, I was like, okay, it still made sense in my mind. I was like, okay, a 2-time national champion, sure, why not? I could see that. This right here, specifically because this is North Carolina, I'm just going off of the history of North Carolina. North Carolina doesn't necessarily go for coaches that could go back to like the NBA for sure. Like they tend to get somebody that said, they come in with the mentality like, I'm gonna retire a Tar Heel coach.
Yeah,
for the most part.
They get alums or people who are like because they're like the big program, they're like the big legendary program in college basketball. So they get like the up and coming hot shot or something like that. Like you don't expect this.
Yeah, you don't expect this, but the more I linger on it, the more it kind of makes sense for both parties, specifically for Mike Malone. Because one thing about Mike Malone, like he could have definitely been back in the NBA as an assistant or whatever that first year or whatever, but I don't think he's I don't think he's in the business of being an assistant.
Oh no, he's too good to be an assistant.
Yeah, I'm a head coach. I'm a head coach that made it and won an NBA championship, and I don't think he's also in the business of rebuilding something from the ground up either. Like from a standpoint of an NBA team, like I don't think like like going to.
He doesn't want to be on the Nets or the Wizards or something like that.
Yeah, the Nets or the Wizards. I was gonna say Utah, but Will Hardy's over there, and I think Will Hardy, he got something cooking. Yeah, and most contenders, he's not no Doc Rivers ass nigga that's gonna snake somebody. That's gonna snake somebody's job to get to where they want to be. I think sometimes you gotta look at when you look at it from Mike Malone's standpoint. I've done everything in the NBA technically. I won an NBA championship. I don't know if he won a Coach of the Year.
He probably has.
He probably has.
Yeah.
Like he's one of those you can't. When it comes to Denver Nuggets basketball, you can't write Denver Nuggets basketball history without mentioning Mike Malone.
He's never won Coach of the Year. Crazy.
Interesting.
Well, everybody knows he's good, so I mean, it don't really matter.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Nobody's telling him that he's a Jokic merchant. Like nobody, like what I mean, they're not going to treat him.
So,
yeah. So, like from his standpoint, it's like, okay, well, I got the championship. I can go get the bag, and maybe I can shape and mold people the way I want to, play basketball, and I don't have to deal with egos. Because even though there's NIL money to be involved, there's a difference between talking about $2 million to $5 million to supermax contracts of $300 million. People, trying to convince them why a pin down should work versus something else. Just do what I say, nigga. just do what I say. So, it'll be interesting. I don't think this is the first time I've seen this in a while. Like an NBA, like a really good NBA coach go down to college.
Yeah.
Did you see Coach K's comment about that? About the hiring?
He was like, they hired Bill Belichick and we saw how that worked out, or something along those lines. Very, very, very funny. Because he's not wrong. He's not wrong. It should be a hit. It should be a home run. We'll see if it is. Sometimes niggas get in that booth. Sometimes niggas get in that little studio booth for a year. The Magic don't hit the same when they come back and do coaching again. Who knows? I think about Mike McCarthy all the time. The fuck was that? I'm really pissed about that. I still be pissed about that. Bro,
Nigga hyped up that little training film that nigga did. I watch film every night.
Bro, he was lying about. That's the thing that he was lying about. That. Like he admitted that. Oh yeah, no, I just made that up. Just like he lied. Like if I was Jerry Jones, I promise you, as soon as I heard that, I would have fired him because that's so disrespectful. Oh,
but like at the same time, like from a nigga that's from seeing other niggas that do interviews in real life, it's hard for me to hate on that man too, because that used to be my bag too. Yeah, that's all I know how to do. Hey, do you know how to code? Just got done coding yesterday. When do I start?
but,
I ain't looked at no kind of coding.
Staying in college though, this happened low key like I think like right after we finished recording our last episode, which is funny, but well, really not funny because it's not funny. But what's his name? Donald Trump. He announced an executive order that placed limits on NCAA eligibility. He was saying that from now on, the new rules shall be 5 years and one transfer, and then another transfer if you're a graduate or whatever, which is sort of what it was. That's exactly what it was before. Like, with his executive orders, you never really know what's real and what isn't, because he just says a lot of stuff and calls it an executive order and says this is now a thing, even though it might not be a thing. But after that happened, the NCAA, they're now exploring a significant change to its eligibility rules, that saying that athletes will have 5 years of eligibility from their 19th birthday or high school graduation with no red shirts or waivers. So this is only being explored right now. I don't know, like, if it'll be a thing or not. I don't know what bearing the executive order has on that, because like I said, he just be talking sometimes. So I don't even know. That's all I can say. Like, we're supposed to tell you about this news that happened, but like I don't even know what to say. That's how confusing this is. Because they just be saying stuff, bro. So you legit, you have no idea what's going on anymore with anything. It feels like
I just don't like. Will it go into effect? I mean, because of an executive order. I mean, he said a lot of that is because of who.
stuff.
Yeah, because of who's in office. I'm just like, okay.
You never know what's real, bro.
Yeah, I'm just like, so basically 5 years of eligibility from their 19th birthday or high school graduation. No red shirts or waivers. I'm just like, I guess, like, I mean, if everything is to go as planned, technically, would this improve college sports? Honestly, we're only talking about football and basketball because, respectfully, nobody's really checking for those other sports like that. But, I mean, technically, you can go to college at any time. Technically, you can go to college, at any time. And even when this rule was in place, there was niggas that were older. There was always niggas that was older. Awesome. Even at University of Houston, there was a nigga named Dan Roy. Nigga was a smooth 27, 28-year-old nigga putting footballs for UH back in 2014. So even when this shit wasn't even egregious, we still had Australian niggas, like niggas that come internationally. I mean, it's an executive order. It's not like necessarily like final because it's checks and balances and shit, right? So I mean, somebody could argue this in court, right?
There's supposedly checks and balances on stuff.
I mean, yeah, you're supposed to. Like, other than that, this nigga would have vetoed everything. So I mean, I'm sure there's some checks and balances. I'm just wondering how well this will hold up in court, where it's like, okay, well, I mean, college education is free. Like, I don't know, man. Exactly. And on top of that, I don't think that, like I said, I don't think that's the real issue as much as it is the NIL aspect of a lot of this shit. There's the reason why old niggas are staying is not because of the love of the game, nigga. It's because NIL is
from
not
anybody.
NIL. You can get money from any and everybody and make a living like crazy. So I don't know. This is another thing that we talked about last week or 2 weeks ago, where I feel like this nigga is just trying to cure things that didn't have diseases for real. Like
Yeah.
I don't the transgender thing, now this, you're not really attacking the problems. You just putting band-aids over shit that needs surgery.
He's not attacking the
that's the
problems. He's creating the problems for everything.
Yeah. This nigga's not a good person. Insane. But we move on because we won't know how true shit is until probably August, nigga. I ain't gonna lie.
Shoot, we might not know the outcome of things till August in this next topic too, because Giannis is doing a Giannis thing again. He leaked to the not leaked to the Bucks, but he leaked to the NCAA, or he self-reported to the NCAA that, hey,
the NBA
the team is not playing me, even though I'm healthy.
That nigga don't have college eligibility. NBA.
Yeah. He gave a quote. He's welcoming the investigation. He gave a quote. He's saying, "I've never seen a case of a player of my caliber that's saying publicly that I want to play. I don't think I've seen this. So there needs to be an investigation. There should be one. I don't know until we figure something out." And this is off the heels of the big. Did you read the Sham Charania article? I didn't even really know he wrote for real. I just saw he reporting on stuff, but the Sham Charania article on ESPN just about the the downfall of the Milwaukee Bucks. Did you read that or no?
No, I didn't read that. I saw certain like readings of certain things got like clipped off or whatever, but no, I haven't gone in there and read it.
I read it, and it's sort of like, I won't say sad because everybody in this is a millionaire and making a whole lot of money, but it just feels like the whole entire team is not. I mean, it doesn't even feel like the whole entire team is not on the same page. There's Giannis who wants to get traded, but he also wants to play this season because his brothers are there. And this will be the first time he's ever had a chance. Like, he's played with the Masters before, but his youngest brother, Alex, is also on the team. He's finally getting some minutes because they're tanking. And this will be the first time that Giannis has ever had a chance to play with him because his brother's 8 years younger than him. So they never teamed up together. So that's why Giannis wants to play. He wants to make those memories. The Bucks want him to sit because they can get a higher draft pick if they sit him. Doc Rivers just wants to go home because he never wanted to be the coach there. He told them, "Don't hire me," and they hired him anyway. And he accepted the job because it's $40 million. What am I gonna do? Not accept it. So of course he took it. Bobby Portis is upset in the locker room because he's the only one that's. The story say he's the only one that's wants to call things out for what it is. He's like, "Hey, we need to figure this thing out so we can actually move on as a team." But nobody listening to him. What else? The GMs don't like Giannis anymore after they had Giannis with his last contracts, he signed a handshake agreement saying that, hey, if you guys ever do end up having to trade me, let's at least go about this amicably so nothing bad happens. That's obviously not happening. It's just a whole lot of everything going on with Giannis right now. And they tried to get something done during the trade, or rather before the trade deadline. And the Heat they were going to trade into the Heat at the trade deadline, but then they were like, you know what? Let's just wait until the offseason so we can get a better return. So all signs are pointing to Giannis not being with the Bucks this upcoming, or rather this next season. But as far as playing for the rest of this season, well, granted, it's only one more game, so he probably won't play that game. So it sucks for Giannis, I guess. But I can't believe they let it get this bad. That's what I got. I can't believe they let it get this bad after reaching such heights as that championship.
Yeah. Especially when you're a small market.
Yeah.
Damn, nigga. But at the end of the day, from a Milwaukee standpoint, some of that stuff just not on them for real. So, some of this passive aggressiveness, it's all right, my nigga. We employ your brothers that shouldn't really be employed for real, my nigga. we are doing some things to accommodate you, bro. Like this is not. It's not like it's like a. How much more help does he need? Like we've tried. Okay, we tried to get Dame. Even though I don't agree with Miles Turner, that is a piece. But I'm just like, it's not like we've left you high and dry like on some LeBron shit. Like we've tried. We gave you Drew Holiday. We gave you some other things. We got,
It's just been bad ideas, or at least
it's been bad
maybe not
ideas.
bad
It
ideas.
just didn't
It
work.
haven't worked out because the Dame was
Just haven't
good. It
worked
just
out.
didn't work out.
Yeah, I'm saying it didn't work out. Budenholzer, we fired him. I don't know what the real reason was, but normally when somebody wins a championship with you, the only reason they tend to get fired is if the star player is just not fucking with the vibes no more, and you're just doing things to keep him here. So you do that, and then we trade for your guy, Adrian Griffin, because allegedly you wanted that nigga. So we gave him to you, and then we had to fire that nigga mid-season I don't know why. I still don't know why we had to fire that nigga mid-season.
They really should just. They weren't bad. They weren't bad. Like they just didn't like it, and I'm just like, bro. Yeah, I feel like he could have figured it out. He could have made y'all figure. He could have figured out how to like get y'all to like him, but y'all fired him and got Doc Rivers. Who? Oh, another thing in the story. After like. I think it was like after they lost to the Nets or something like that. They had like a bad loss. And Doc Rivers, he went in the locker room and he was like, y'all need to Google me. I take teams who shouldn't make the playoffs into the playoffs. And I thought y'all were one of those teams. And I'm like, Doc, that's not really helping anybody saying, hey, I'm Doc Rivers. Go Google. Like, yes, you're Doc Rivers. Yes, you're going in the Hall of Fame. Congratulations. But like, if niggas Google you, they'll see a lot of bad stuff about you, Doc, as far as like, the various 3-1 losses, how every time or every team he plays for, they end up like just not liking him in general. Like they'll see a lot of stuff about you, dog. I don't know if Google me is the best response.
Yeah. Googling in general, you find some things out. I don't know. Did you watch that? Did you watch that Phoenix game against the Rockets?
No, I said no. I'm not. I don't want to subject myself to Rockets basketball.
Well, not to get off topic, but they had this. I forgot who this commentator is. It was a white commentator, and they had Derek Fisher, there, and in the midst of them like talking or whatever, like at some point. He's trying to get Derek Fisher's perspective on, like, championship building, clicking at the right time, looking at the Rockets, just trying to make some small talk in between, like, a challenge review. And he was just like, who was the hardest team, you faced? Or who you think was the toughest matchup in your career? And he was like, I think he said something along the lines of, he said either Detroit or one of the Boston Celtics in 08 or 09 or whatever. Okay. And he was just like, he said, okay, bet. Like, you know what I mean? Like, 5-time champion. Where you keep your rings these days? And he was just like, he said, LOL, no comment. No comment on that. And at the time, I was like, okay, I'll keep it pushing. But then as I'm Googling Derek Fisher, because I kind of every time you type in Derek Fisher, surprisingly, his OKC jersey comes up. Like his time in OKC comes up first, which is very weird because I know this nigga as a Laker.
Yeah.
And as I'm scrolling, I see an article from 2017 of a nigga breaking into his house and robbing him of all 5 of his rings. And I was like, oh, this is published. Like this has been reported on. I was like, you asked that nigga about his 5 rings. That nigga genuinely doesn't know. So sometimes Google can help. Sometimes when you ask people questions, especially when it's reported on, man, you ask that nigga on national television where his 5 rings are. They won't get talked about.
Can you help me find them?
Your guess is good as mine. Crazy. But quickly to get back on Giannis real quick, before we dive into anything else. Yeah, man. Shit's over. Give it up. This is worse than when Dame was going through the shit. Don't open your mouth no more until you're traded. I don't give a damn about this. And another thing, y'all gonna give Shams his respect. Y'all gonna give Shams his respect, bro. How many times does Shams have to keep doing something for y'all to keep doubting and denying him? When he first reported it, mad niggas was just like, he not leaving. And then when he said, hey, something at the trade deadline should happen, it didn't get done. It's like, see, Shams don't know what the fuck he talking about. Bro, he gonna get traded, bro. Giannis is getting traded. It may not, and in the report, it said, if not before the trade deadline, by the offseason. He said that in the tweet. But because niggas heard trade deadline, like, oh, Shams don't know shit. We miss Woj. Man, look.
Every time somebody comes out and be like, oh man, Sam's wrong, Sam's lying, he like proves them wrong. Like
God damn.
He'll come out with something that proves them wrong every single time, and it's funny.
Like, this shit is funny as fuck. I'm just like, all right, how many times y'all gonna keep testing this nigga's gangster?
Yeah.
He's not lying. He's not a liar. Stop calling that nigga a liar. Just say you don't like him. But moving on.
Yeah, with the NBA season ending this week, I think the final game might be tonight for all the teams. Excuse me,
Nah, we still got a few more games. Niggas got like 3 more games.
I will not be watching. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, with that being said, though, most of the playoff standings are set. And since the play-in will happen before we record next time, let's go ahead.
I'm not gonna lie. It's not set at all. These 3 games are important for niggas. I'm not gonna lie.
For what? I know the Western is set. The West is set.
The top 2 seeds are set.
In what, the West?
Yeah, it's only the OKC Thunder and the. I'm talking from a seeding perspective.
Oh, I'm talking from a perspective of like who's in the play who's in the
you talking about playoffs. I'm talking about seeding.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no.
Seeding isn't finalized.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the current standings because the play will be happening by it's gonna happen before the next time we record. So I was like, let's go ahead and just at least talk about the standings. So where is So like we said, let's start with the West because that one's more set than the East because the East is still doing a lot of moving around. But the top 2 seeds in the West are we surprised? It's the Thunder and the Spurs, not even a little bit. But the play-in spots have been solidified. Like these teams are locked in the play-in.
Yep.
Where are they at? Who is it? 10? Yeah, the Warriors.
Yeah, 10.
Yeah, the Warriors, the Trailblazers, the Clippers, and the Suns. I am very surprised the Trailblazers are even in this conversation. I'm not going to lie to you. They've been low-key, I think, what's his name? Tiago Splitter, he might need to Coach of the Year vote because going through all of everything the Trailblazers have been through and getting to the play-in, like, that's an accomplishment in and of itself. But being realistic, though, I think the only team I think the Suns. I don't really think the Suns are good, but I think the Suns and the Clippers those are going to be the teams that make it out of the play-in. Because the Clippers are going to make it out because Kawhi's has been absolutely insane this season, and then the Suns are going to get out because the Trailblazers and the Warriors. I don't think the Suns are good, but those teams are even worse to me, in my opinion.
I think. Phoenix could make it. Damn. Okay, I'll say this. Depending on who it is, it depends on if Golden State beats Portland. If Golden State beats Portland, Golden State can threaten a 7 or 8 seed, just off the fact that you got Steph Curry back.
Fair.
That nigga's gravity has been insane to watch in real time. He might be able to squeeze the Clippers out, maybe. Or maybe even.
Why are you trying to go to the playoffs, bro? Just go chill, bro.
Like that nigga just started amping shit up all of a sudden, and now we have a first round matchup of Golden State versus OKC again. But realistically, it's probably going to be the Phoenix Suns and the Clippers. And I'm not mad at that. Honestly, I'd rather it be the Warriors. Nah, I take that back.
The
Kawhi's
Warriors
there.
suck.
They got Kawhi. There's star power there. Yeah, that's fine. But honestly, I'll say this. I'm not saying that the Suns are going to beat the Spurs, but the Suns do match up with the Spurs kind of well. It won't be like a blowout thing. Like I'll actually tune in and watch that. I'll watch that shit. I ain't gonna hold you.
Okay.
Them niggas are not. They're not experienced enough to just not like get away from like the chatter of like a Dylan Brooks. Like Wemby will get amped up off a nigga like Dylan Brooks, and then I start seeing Wemby do some shit I ain't never seen him do. So I'm gonna watch it. There's gonna be a lot of highlight reels.
It's gonna be crazy when the Suns knock off the Spurs, and then in the offseason, the Spurs like, you know what? Give us Giannis and trade Dylan Harper to the Bucks. It's not gonna happen, but if it does happen,
that would be a crazy fumble. That would be a crazy fumble by the fucking Spurs.
Well, that'd be a fumble.
Nigga, you don't know how good Dylan Harper is, nigga. I'd keep that nigga.
But you're getting a Giannis back. I grant this is happening.
Nigga, you beat OKC 3 times this year with the roster you have.
I'm just saying,
we don't have to get Giannis, nigga.
No, I think Dylan Harper is amazing, but I'm just saying they don't
they don't need Giannis.
They already have like enough good young players, so they could just be like, "Fuck it, give us Giannis." If they want to press the button right now, I'm just saying
they don't need Giannis, just like y'all niggas didn't need KD.
I'm just saying, but they could press the button if they want to. Just saying is all I'm gonna say. But going to the East, I think this last play-in spot is still up for grabs, I believe.
What?
Like the 10 spot? Is that still up for grabs or no?
No, I think Miami's locked in.
Okay.
It's like I'm looking at the records. I mean, are those that's like a 10-game jump, nigga. From 10 to 11.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, they're not catching them niggas. Yeah, it's finalized.
Oh, it might be no, it's the 5. Because they all have like 5, 6, and 7. And 8 all have similar records, so either of these teams.
Yeah.
But
low-key 9. Yeah.
Gee, yeah, 9.
Yeah, 5 through 10, technically. 5 through 10 got 3 games away.
Damn, East, y'all suck. Goodness gracious. But
they're competitive. They're competitive, yo.
Okay. But since this isn't finalized, who do you think is going to end up in the play-in? I think the Heat are going to be comfortably a play-in team because, respectfully, it's the Heat. And I also hope they lose because there needs to be some changes happening in the offseason. It's going to happen. It'll be easier for it to happen if the Heat lose. The Hornets, I feel like they could end up sneaking out of the play-in. And I think the Magic
they'll be in the play-in.
You don't think they'll get out the play-in?
They'll make it. They'll make it into a 7th or 8th seed. I saw how they played against the Celtics. They'll be fine.
I could see the Hornets winning a series. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, bro. If they match up with Detroit, I like their odds. I promise you. Like they do better getting a. They do better getting an 8th seed. Well, actually, I mean they can't get an 8th seed. Like if they, it just kind of depends on their final 3 games on how seeding works. But they do better getting that 8th seed than trying to go for that 7th seed. Get that 8th seed, go against Detroit. Y'all match up well with them. Boston, it'll still be like competitive, but it'll be like that Atlanta Hawks competitive where you win 2 games and y'all lose in 6, but y'all never really had a chance to begin with, you know. But y'all can really knock off Detroit if y'all want to. I think Cade Cunningham comes back tonight.
No, he came back yesterday.
Or yesterday, my bad.
Yeah.
Still won't be enough to get that 65 games. That's still crazy. That sucks. But
Is 59 plus 23? I'm tripping. It's 80. My math is wrong. Never mind.
Yeah, so we got the Hornet. Yeah, I honestly, People not talking enough about Philly falling out by accident or Orlando falling off by accident. So those are niggas that are in the plan right now. And literally last week, Orlando Magic was at the 10th seed. The Orlando Magic was at the 10th seed literally last week. They just ended up winning a couple games.
Bro, I don't get why they're so bad, bro.
Hey, man. I don't know, man. I literally don't know. I can't even answer that.
Like the Sixers, it makes sense because Embiid is going through things. When he plays, he's great, but he hasn't played that much. So I get the Sixers, but like
Paul George was out for 25 of them hoes too.
But that helped Paul George. Paul George is fresh now. He might go crazy in the playoffs.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you got a point. But yeah, I don't understand them at all. But it's not for me to understand.
That's fair.
But if I had to choose somebody that could get knocked out of the plan, I would for sure say Philly and Miami. Yeah, Philly and Miami.
Yeah, I need the Heat to. I just need the Heat not in the. He can make the plan. I just need them not in the playoffs, bro. Because if Bam needs to be moved this offseason, preferably to the Rockets, but we'll get there.
He's not getting moved, bro. I hate that, but he won't. He won't get
We'll cross that bridge when we get there, Greg. Don't worry. We'll get it figured out. He's Nigerian. There's a lot of Nigerians in Houston. It'll get figured out. Trust me. It'll get
Idris.
But I do think it's that time, Greg.
It's about that time.
Stop saying this.
Jax, do you have a hot take for it?
I believe I do, in fact. All right, let me see. All right, my hot take is that it's really, especially because we're just sort of talking about college sports and the transfer thing earlier, but like I understand it's about player empowerment and blah, 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 but like the transfer portal, I'm not going to lie, because I feel like for players that are transferring every single year, I feel like if you're really good, you wouldn't need to do that. I think schools need to focus. I don't like transfer portal because I feel like you should focus more on your education because you're one of those players that have to transfer every single year. Like, you probably won't make it in whatever league it be, whether it be the NFL or the NBA. So, like, you should stay at one school and focus on your education before you transfer. Like, that's why I don't like the transfer portal. I think you should stay. If, like, you have to transfer every single year, I don't think you're going to make it in whatever league you're trying, which sounds terrible, but, like, still. So just, find that school, get that, care about that degree, and yeah, that's my hot take. The transfer portal, like, you got to keep doing it. It's not meant for you.
Transfer portal is for real bag chasers. That's what it's made for. You know you're not making that league, so you trying to get, highest bidder, highest earner, highest nigga that's putting that bread up. That's where I'm going. Do I agree? No, because I do think that chemistry should be built within your organization and whatever, and you only become a better player when you do that. But if we're being honest, we don't glorify anybody that does that. For real. The people that we talk about from a college football perspective are your 1 year wonders of like, even though you're not a one and done in college, we talk about like the 1 year you spent and did some crazy shit. We talk about Cam Newton, and he went to Auburn that 1 year and won a natty. Same for Joe Burrow, transferred from Ohio State to LSU and won that shit big. We don't really talk about a nigga that stayed for 5 years, like a Stetson Bennett or Will Howard.
Now, Will Howard transferred, didn't he?
I kind of forgot about Will Howard. Oh, no, Will Howard had a little story. My bad. He went to community college, I think, right? A little bit.
I thought he went to, I don't know, but I know he didn't move schools, at least once.
He didn't move schools. He moved schools. Shit, even like a CJ Stroud. Like, you just don't see a lot of like, we stayed all 4 years at this one university. It doesn't even get glorified. What's the last Heisman? Who won the Heisman? Fernando?
Yeah.
Fernando was a transfer too, right?
Yeah.
Or did he I'm like, I get it, I missed the Tim Tebow days. I get it. I used to fuck with the Johnny Manziels and all that shit, but real bag chasers are bag chasing. I can't hate a nigga for bag chasing. Like I said, it's a bigger issue. It's the NIL, nigga. Niggas not portal jumping because I mean, there probably are, but like for the most part, most niggas are not portal jumping talking about some I can't stand this coach. I don't care how much money they're giving me. I can't stand this coach. I'll push the money away and I'll go to another school. What's really going on is, hey, he told me I was gonna get this kind of money. This money not really adding up to my expectation that I thought it was. I'm going somewhere else. And on top of that, I don't fuck with this coach. on top of not fucking with this coach, I'm not getting paid like I thought I was. It reminded me of that what's it? Not NC State. That Las Vegas college football team. The Rebels. Where they're just like, hey, they told me this. I didn't get it. I'm fucking leaving. You know what that sounds like to me? That sounds like a bag chaser. That sounds like a bag chaser trying to get to the buddy because he knows he's not going to the league. That nigga from Las Vegas knew he wasn't going to the league. So every dime counts. Every penny counts. These credits are transferable. That money is not. Go get that bread, young man.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of them aren't even making that bread like that to justify it. And then a lot of that bread will dry up very fast but once they get out of college, and then they won't have like anything for real because they've had to take like their degrees. They got a degree in underwater basket weaving because it was the only class that was like transferable, all their credits and everything. That's why I'm just like, man, if you're one of those players that's transferring every year, you know you're not gonna make it. So you should have just stayed somewhere and got your degree. But yeah, that's my hot take though.
Or at least invest in getting a smart wife that knows how to handle finances. So it's like, okay, and that you can trust and be like, oh, okay, I got $400,000. How can we maximize this? Because a lot of niggas don't come out of college with $400,000 after walking that stage. So you're already on top. Like you already ahead of the average nigga. You should not be able to fumble that unless you're going to Sakai in Houston or some bullshit. Weird shit. All right. Real quick. My hot take, I promise this will be the last time I speak on sports media consecutively as a hot take. I think daily, when it comes to sports shows, daily sports shows should not be daily anymore. They should not be on TV every day. I get why they're on TV every day because money rules everything around us. You know what I mean? But specifically, it goes back to that Max Kellerman tweet or that Max Kellerman interview where he's just like, you have to be an insane nigga to come up with a hot take every single day. You know why? You know why it's a bad idea to have a daily sports show that has controversial opinions? Because you run into shit like Dan Orlovsky. You run into shit where it's just like now you're just speculating on shit with no facts instead of letting things brew. Some of y'all really need a weekly podcast, a weekly show, an every other week show, something that can, if you're good at it, if you're really good at what you are good at, niggas would be looking forward to you dropping on a Friday, dropping on a Thursday. There's an anticipation of things, building up over time. Where it's like, oh, okay, I can't wait for him to touch on something that happened on Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You're just grabbing information so that you can have a more interesting show at the end of the week versus trying to find something to talk about every single day. Jax, there are times, well, Jax knows, there are times on this podcast we record on Friday, nigga, it's Thursday, and we're texting each other, nigga, what the fuck are we what are we gonna talk about? And we've had 7 days, and it's like we're not low key pulling things out of our ass, but it's just like, all right, nigga, It's been a dry week. Imagine if we had to do this shit every single day. At some point, Jax is going to say something out of pocket, just off the strength, just to make conversation. That wouldn't. So yes, I think we've moved past the point of daily shows the driving force in media, unless you're just reporting news. If you're news reporting, if you're a sports center or whatever, just alerting us on what is going on. The news happens every day. That's different. But having a controversial opinion, having a show like First Take, Get Up, whatever the case may be, to talk about your opinions on stuff every day, I think we got to cut that out. I think it's time to move past that. We're done with that. I'm on my Colin Cowherd. You know what I mean?
LeBron.
Stephen A.
We're good.
We're good. We got Behan. We got Behan. But that's my hot take. Get rid of these daily shows, man. It's not working. Y'all would get more views and more people talking about your show if you would just wait. Shit, even every other day, even once every 3 days.
And it'd be easier on the host too, because they don't got it.
Yeah.
What with these crazy opinions every single day?
You know what I'm saying? You save stuff like a daily thing for like the playoffs or postseasons, or when you know them first rounds are gonna have like a everything. But during a spot like this, that's only so much to talk about. Or shorten your show. Your shit's still 2 hours. A 2-hour show every day? Come on.
It's gonna be on multiple shows. No. It's not. It's not that.
And what the fuck are we talking about? That's my hot take. At least cut that bitch down to 30 minutes. Make that bitch a 30-minute show with a couple commercial breaks. You'll be all right. But yeah, that's it for me. That's all I got. But Jax, any last words?
Weather's getting all warm and everything, so go outside, go touch some grass. Actually, it was sort of cold last night, but still, go outside, go touch some grass.
I went jogging yesterday. I thought I was trying to beat the rain. I saw some white shit fall off the ground. I said, I know this ain't snow. I know this ain't snow in April. Hey, bitch ass nigga. I checked my degree temp. I was like, it's 41 degrees. No way it's snowing. It was indeed snow. It was just melting on the ground. It would just melt as soon as it touched the ground because the ground was too hot to hold it. I was like, oh my God. Get me out of this bitch, bro. Oh my God. I can't take it no more. So touch some grass. Because some of y'all don't know how blessed y'all are to see some grass every day. And like we always say, continue to like, comment, subscribe. TikToks are booming. I dropped that Bo Nix video. These niggas is not all right. When you start seeing a lot of comments, I say, yeah, them niggas don't want sometimes I'll see 2-3 comments, 4. I looked at that bitch today. Oh, shit, 45. Wow. All right. I ain't looked at them yet, but on both platforms, YouTube. Shit. Fuck. I forgot to drop it on Instagram. I'm tripping.
Yeah, cause
I dropped it. I'm gonna drop it today. But without further ado, like we said before, just because you give us an idea, that doesn't mean we will partake. That won't mean we will do it, but we will keep it in consideration. And without further ado, we will catch y'all next week.